हरि ओम कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं वाल्मीकेर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को नयाति पराङ्गतिं जयत्यतिबलो रामः लक्ष्मणश्च महाबलः राजा जयति सुग्रीवो राघवेण विपालितः दासोऽहं कौसलेन्द्रस्य रामस्य अक्लिष्टकर्मणः हनुमान् शत्रुसैन्यानां निहन्ता मारुतात्मजः न रावणसहस्रं मे युद्धे प्रतिबलं भवेत् शिलाभिस्तु प्रहरतः पादपैश्च सहस्रशः अर्धयित्वा पुरीं लङ्काम् अभिवाद्य च मैथिलीं समृद्धार्तो गमिष्यामि मिषतां सर्वराक्षसां नमोऽस्तु रामाय सलक्ष्मणाय देव्यै च तस्यै जनकात्मजायै नमोऽस्तु रुद्रेन्द्रयमानिलेभ्यो नमोऽस्तु चन्द्रार्कमरुद्गणेभ्यः नमः सभायै। अमेरिका देश का 250वीं स्वतंत्र दिन संभ्रम बहुत अच्छी तरह चल पड़ी। ये हिंदू टेम्पल ऑफ लबक तो दो इतिहास प्रसिद्ध गणतंत्र दिवस गणतंत्र देशों का जुड़ता है। इसमें एक एस्पेक्ट है Sunday lectures on life management and Sri Ramayan. Life management and Sri Ramayan lecture has come to 103rd episode. Ram ki kripa. And when the country has celebrated 250 years, we are going to see how this Ramayan literature is a mirror of the society. Very important aspect. Very few people have touched upon, and it is Ram's Kripa that I had an opportunity to look into the old notes belonging to my family. And we will talk about the importance aspect which some people misrepresented Sanatana Dharma. Ramayan proves as a text, a mirror of the society to come out of that misrepresentation. It coincides with what we are studying and lecturing on the life management and Ramayan lecture series. Dasaratha has gone and his 350 wives are remaining. So Dasaratha chal pade. Then he was thinking about Ram and he chal pade. Rama Rama kahi, Rama kahi, Rama Rama kahi Rama. तानु परिहरि बिरह रघुबर रावु गयवु सुधामा रावु गयवु सुधामा। इतना सरल अवधि में तुलसीदास महाप्रभु गाता है राम राम कही राम कही राम राम कही रामा तनु परिहरि रघुबर बिरह रावु गयवु सुधामा. So he went away seeing Ram, udara darshana, seeing Ram with his eyes. He went away. So what happened to his patnis? They are going to remain because Ramayana has to continue. Ram is going to come and tell that he had fulfilled the vows what his father has given. So, that charcha, we are going to be in that charcha. And that is important one, and we are going to discuss when countries are talking about lot of social equality, social justice, women's respect. Ramayana is a text, it is a mirror. It's a mirror of the society. Samaj ki darpana, Samaj ki aina. Ramayanam samudaya darpanam. Ramayan, the literature is the mirror of the society. So, Dasaratha went away. Neela ambujashyamala komalangam Sita samaropita vama bhagam Panau mahasayaka charu chapam Namami ramam raghuvam shanatam. Sanskrit. We have seen how Tulsidas sings in Avadi, same Tulsidas in Sanskrit mein. Neela ambuja syamala komalangam Sita samaropita vamabhagam panau mahasayaka charu chapam namavi ramam raghuvam shanatam. So Dasarata is thinking about Ram. You went away, Rama. It is only, Tulasidas says, it is because of the separation from you I have to give up my life. What do I do? Sada Rama Rameti Ramamritam te Sada Ramam Ananda Nishyanda Kandam Pibantam Namantam Sudantam Asantam Hanumantamantam Bhajetam Nitantam. So there's nothing that it is Amrit Ramanam, it is Adi Shankara sings in Rama Bhujanga Stotram. It is all about Rama. Kausalya chitta mohena hridayam sidhati vame vedayena cha ramuktane shabdasparsha rasasanam chitta chittanashadvipadyante sarvani indriyani me kshinasnehasya deepasya samsakta rashmayo yata sneha mane all. Sneha mane friendship, sneha mane oil. So as if the oil is going away and the wick is burning on its own, soon the lamp will die. China snehasya deepasya samsakta rashmayo yata ayam atma bhavasyoko mam anatam achetanam samsadayati vegena yata kulam natiraya. So Valmiki says Dasarata himself was telling, so his EVS eyesight has gone to the level of 1. His eyesight has gone and level of 1. Then his verbal thing is slowly shrinking to 3 out of 5. And his senses are shrinking 4 out of 6. So 1 plus 3 plus 3 is 8. 1 plus 3 plus 4 is equal to 8. So he's slowly getting into the state of coma according to GCS. Most of these two ladies' husbands are doctors, so you know what I'm talking. GCS level is coming down from 15 to 8 and soon it will go away, so then there's no purpose. But he is thinking in his mind, Raghav, Ha Raghava Mahabhago Ham Mama Ayasanashana Pitru Priye Menata Adhyakwasi Gata Sutaha Raghava Mahabaho Mama Ayasanashana Pitru Priya Menata Mahabaho Raghava. Shastra is there. There is said, Kasyante Maranan Mukti Atava Putra Sannidau. So if you have to die, you have to die in Kashi. What is if you cannot go to Kashi? At least think about Ram's name. So, Shambho Kashyam Rama Rameti Antakale. Today is fully Rama Bhajanam. So, Dasharatha pours it out. If you are not able to go to Kashi, Maranante Kashyam Maranante Mukti Atava Putra Sannidau. What if you don't have a putra? They are in foreign land. Parents are down south somewhere in Trinaveli, Coimbatore. Ram Japa, Rama Rameti Shambho Kasyam, Rama Rameti Antakale. So he was saying, Ha Raghava Mahabaho. Why Valmiki says Mahabaho? It is because when you are dying, if you are a dutiful son, you may think it will not apply today. Okay, it will not apply. The son has to lift the head of the father or the mother. Mahabahu, then only the Atma will go to its abode. Mahabaho, that is the reason Valmiki uses the word Mahabaho. What is the point here? Why Valmiki has to say when Dasharatha was dying that Rama had a strong arm, to indicate the Shastra that you have to die on the lap of the Putra or Putri, you take it like that, Yatha Kale. Then the son has to lift the head. The head only falls down. Okay, if you had seen most of the time, head falls down. You have to lift the head and keep it on your lap. Then the Atma will go to Vaikunta. Then you have to say Taraka Mantra. Raghava Mahabhago Mama Ayasanashana. Two Shastra. One, when a person is dying, Mrityu hota hai, ye to Ganga Jal ko, you have to pour Ganga Jal in the mouth or at least to wipe the lip with Ganga Jal. Ayasanashana. Two things. The son has to lift the head, keep it on the lap, do the Taraka Mantra on the right Yes, if you don't know the Antima mantra, just do the Taraka mantra, Ramanama, and then slowly pour water, Ganga Jal. If the sharir cannot take that water, then at least wipe the lip. Ayas, because the Atma is getting tired. The Atma body is going to go away. The Atma is getting tired. It doesn't want to live in this sharir anymore. So it wants to go. When it wants to go, you are trying to ease the pain. Ayashana, ashana. That is why you are pouring Ganga Jal and Tulsi Tal. Remember, if possible, do it. Ha Kausalya nashishyami, ha Sumitre tapasvini, ha Nrisimshe mama mitre, Kaikeyi khulapamsini, iti Ramasya matuscha Sumitrayascha, Sannidhau Raja Dasarataha Soshan, Jivitantam upagamat. So he didn't want Kaikeyi to be there. Only two people were there, Mata Kausalya and Mata Sumitra. Iti Ramasya Matuscha Sumitrayascha Sannidau Raja Dasarataha Shochan Jivita. He just quit his Atma, quit the body. Jivitantam upagamati yatatu dhinam katayan naradipaha priyasya putrasya vivasanatura gate ardharatre brisha dukkam pidita tada jahau Pranam Udara Darshana. On the sixth night, the story is on the sixth night, middle of the night, seventh day morning is to come. On that Sandhi, sixth night Sandhi, Punya Kale, that Ratri me, Divangata Dasharatha Raja. But what is the last word he uttered? You may question. Beautiful. Nrisamshe he papishti. When the Atma is saying, it's contradictory. When Atma is leaving the body, itna pavitra grantha, Rama grantha, kyun Valmiki ne aisa likha? Why did Valmiki not say that Dasharatha recited verbally Ram Nam? More than that, he didn't worry about the Laukika aspects, seeing, the chanting. These are Laukika, using these Karmendriya. This is Jiv is Karmendriya. Ank is Karmendriya. Why to do that? He was Bhavuk me. He was seeing Rama in the Bhavuk, in the sense, in the emotional way. He was seeing the full darshan of Vishnu. Udhara darshana. You may say that what he said about Kaikeyi, he didn't say about Rama. The last word he uttered was Ha Nrisimshe Mama Amitre Kaikeyi Kulapamsani. That is Ramayana. He said that for Laukika people it is okay. So when you are dying, say your beloved God or your beloved Guru. Gujaratis have Guru. Sri Vaishnavas have Gurus. So recite the name of Guru, Taraka. But here, Valmiki says, he says, Amitre, Nrisimshe, Kulapamsini. You are the Kulapamsini. You are come as a snake to this Kula. What is the sense here? Say, it doesn't matter. He was only looking at Rama in the Vishnu Darshana, in the Vaikunta Darshana. Tada Jahau Pranam Udara Darshana. He was seeing the Sahasra Zirisha Purusha, 1,000 heads, and Virata Swarupa of Bhagavan Vishnu, Vaikuntadipadi. Jahau Pranam Udara Darshana. So, why Udara Darshana? This man has begot the Paramapita. So, Ram was smiling. Ram was smiling. He was trying to go near him. So, Udara Darshana. Rama Rama Raghuvir Kaheta Tajya Bhupe Pranare Ahakar Havot Tada Sahurudhan Kare Nirvanare Rama Rama Raghuvir. But other people who have come later on have made sure why to give the room for this charcha. Chalo, we will say that Valmiki said this, but we will say that when Dasharatha was leaving his body, he was going to Swarga, Vaikunta. Rama Rama Raghuvir Kaheta Tajya Bhupe Pranare Aha Kar Havo Tada. Everybody said aha, but in Valmiki it is not there. Dasharatha left his sharir when nobody is knowing. Even Kausalya and Sumitra were sleeping. Because we are people with moh, maya and andhakar. Sab se hum jude hue hain. So when this Atma is going, that too, Dasharatha, Paramapita, Pita, when he is leaving his that sharir, he didn't want anybody to see. He just went away. Chal gaye. Rama, Rama kahi, Rama kahi, Rama, Rama kahi, Rama. Tanu pari hari raghubara piraha rav gavevu suradhama purva katha aisa hai. Then all these people didn't know. It was on the 6th night, midnight, that two Valmiki documents it, that Dasharatha was quitting his body. Why this happened? One greatest mistake Dasharatha did was he was having the moh and ahankar, mamakar, everything that is controlled by the 5 senses. Karmendriya, 5 Jnanendriya. These 10 aspects were holding Dasharatha calm. His interest and his icha towards Kaikeyi at that age of 60,000 years. So the Ramayana depicts that human are there until their death. I am not a sadhu to preach you how you should live. If you can at least spend some time in good work, which you all people do. I mean, amazed that Srimati Ranjani, she doesn't have to do. Ramayana tells you have to see people who are depicting the heroes and heroines of Ramayana. I think 3 days back, she had been traveling around the world. It looks like rose blossomed at her yard. She made a point to pluck. For some reason, my wife tried to bring roses. Never worked in my house. But she thought about it, and whole bag of pushpa. I use akshata instead of pushpa because I have a habit of doing aradhana daily. So probably she thought about it and she gave this big bag of rose. Danyaho. So what happens is that kind of do the service, because it is not possible to live what advocated by any Puran or Ramayana or Mahabharata these days. It is difficult. But at least try to do service little bit. Das doesn't do that much, but at least Das has a mind to praise others. Dhanyaho. So what I want to say is, the things that Ranjani does, Hetal does in the little way, is all Shastra, based on Shastra. So Dhanyaho. So what happened? You can't get rid of Moha. Why this Ramayana happened? It is because of Moha. Yanta nerchina, yanta jusina, yanta varulaina, kanta dasule. Tyagaraja sings, don't worry, whatever you read, yanta nerchina, yanta jusina, whatever you see, 20 years of experience, 30 years of experience, 40 years of experience. I have 28 years of experience at Texas Tech, but still I am learning. Yanta nerchina, yanta jusina, whatever you study, whatever you see by your experience, don't beat your chest that you have learnt everything. Yanta varulaina, even if you are a sage, kanta dasune, you are kanta mane lover, but here it says you are engulfed with 5 karmendriya and 5 jnanendriya. Yanta nerchina, yanta jusina, yanta varulaina, Kanta dasule, then Santatambu Shrikanta Swanta Siddhanta Maina Marga Chintaleni Swanta. Think about Ram's path, think about Krishna's teaching, think about Ram's path, think about Ram's thought. Swanta Siddhanta Maina, that is Siddhanta. Swanta Siddhanta, Swachha Siddhanta kya? Kanden Kamalamalarpadam Kandalume Vinde Vodindana Vinayayina Yellam Pande Tojudu Paraman Panitta Vagai Yadu Tonde Seidu Paraman Panitta Vagai. Do service. Narsim Mehta also says that. Do service. So, Shantatambu Srikanta Swanta Siddhanta Maina Marga Chintalaina Yanta Nerchina Yanta Jusina Yanta Varulaina Kanta Dasule. This is what happened to Dasharatha. This is what happening to everybody in the world. This raga is beautiful. It is called Udaya Ravichandrika. So, Tyagaraja sings in a beautiful way. Yanta nerchina, hey human, we are bound to make mistake. So, don't worry about it, but each day try to improve. So, I improved today. Mera jiv ka shuddhi hua, because I talked about I talked about Ranjani's service. Dhanya ho. So this is what this man was caught in this kama because he was not able to control his senses. If he is 100% Shuddha, when he was thinking, when his mind was emotionally attached to Ram, Udara Darshana, he should not even uttered the curse to Kaikeyi. But even at that end, that is Jivatma Mrit Sharir ka Sambandh. It is always having the dirt. Until it totally gets out of this body and then goes to its permanent abode, Lord's feet, this kind of moh, maya, ahankar, mahamakar will be there. So this is what happened. So Dasharatha had to pay for it. While doing this, we have to think about. So what is happening in case of Dasharatha, in case of everybody? Vriddhavastha chintamagna. Adi Shankara says, if you become old, this is Satya, two things will happen. Maybe 100 years, maybe 85 years, maybe 50 years, we don't know. That is given. Whether you celebrate your 40th birthday, I'm not pessimistic, but I'm talking what is Satya. Or whether you celebrate your 35th wedding anniversary, it's all fine. You may celebrate, you don't want to celebrate. Das doesn't celebrate anything. But rather I read Alvar's poems and Ramayana. Anyway, that's up to you. But one thing everybody has to celebrate or think is the day when they meet the Maker. That has to be done. No way. Because you are not doing it. Your santatis are going to do that. So that means what happens? When you age or when you get into some kind of a disease, the first thing happens. Vriddha mane old, but you can also take because of ailment. Vriddhavastha chintamagna. So first thing is, this Atma will lose the sense that I am Ramkumar, I am Ranjani, I am Atal Parekh. So that sense will go away because Atma will become Swachha, Parishuddha. So the connection between, only if it has connection with the body, it is going to talk about I have 10 grandchildren, I have 1 girl children. So the state is there for Dasharatha. Here, what did I say? Literacy is the mirror of the society. Samaj ki aina, Ramayanam samudaya darpanam. We'll talk about this. So Dasharatha has died. Sixth day night, 7th day is going to come. Does anybody think what he is thinking? He cannot think. Can you think that his Atma can think? Yes, Atma has brain. Chetana, Atma to Chetan. What is it going to think? Is it going to think that, why did Ram leave? Why did I leave Ayodhya palace? No. That Chintan is not going to be there. It should not be there. This Ramayan is reflected by a great Kavi. For some reason, we are looking at great Kavis like Ramayani Maharaj, like one great Kavi we are going to, Maithili Sharana Gupta. We did last 2 weeks. Whoever had listened, Dhanya ho. Today, the reflection of Ramayana in a poet, in a great man, who was the former Prime Minister of India, Bharat, Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Look at, he reflects Ramayan. What did I say? Ramayan, this sarga, this gatta, where Dasharatha is leaving, the state, what Dasharatha would have thought before his Atma was leaving, Atalji reflects in a Shuddha Hindi Kavita. Bharat Ratna, Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Kya khoya, kya paya jag mein, मिलते और बिछड़ते मग में, मुझे किसी से नहीं शिकायत, यद्यपि चला गया पग पग में, एक दृष्टि भीति पर डाले, यादों की पोटली टटोले. So I was, all the remembrance comes, like Dasharatha said. That's how he remembered about Shravana Kumar. Kya khoya, kya paya. Atma didn't get anything. The Sharir, Atma with Sharir has got grandchildren, great-grandchildren. So be it. Kya paya, kya khoya, jag mein milte aur bichadte mag mein, mujhe kisi se nahi shikayat. How can you complain? Can you complain to your son? Can you complain to Paramatma? It is karma bandh. You cannot. Look, what Dasharatha would have gone through, Atalji reflects. Yadhyapi chal gaya pag pag mein, ek drishti bhiti par dale, yadon ki photali tatole, prithvi lakhon varsh purani, jeevan ek ananta kahani. पर तन की अपनी सीमाएं यद्यपि 100 शरदों की वाणी. We think that we live 100 years. 100 शरदस सदम. 100 autumn we think we live. इतना काफी है अंतिम दस्तक पर. Last signature gone. इतना काफी है अंतिम दस्तक पर खुद दरवाजा खोले. We ourselves let our आत्मा go because we have no control. खुद दरवाजा खोले. जन्म मरण अविरत फेरा, जीवन बंजारों का डेरा. आज यहाँ कल कहाँ कुछ है नहीं. We don't know. Sri Vaishnava doesn't believe that we have rebirth. Others believe. For Sri Vaishnava, if you take Sharanagati and under Sri Mahalakshmi Samet Narayana, Vaishnava also, like Pushti Sampradaya Marg, Nimbarkar, all these people, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we all believe that there is no rebirth as long as you take refuge under Siyapati. So, aaj yahan kal kahan kuch hai, kaun janata kidhar savera. If this Atma doesn't know where it is going, if you are in other Sampradaya, other than Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, Andiyara, Akash, Asimit, the space is vast. प्राणों के पंखों को थौली. But what Dasratha did, this is what it is. You may think it is pessimistic. No. Vajpayee reflects. ये तो महान कविकार. He reflects. But you keep confidence. What did Dasaratha say? Rama Rama kahi Rama kahi Rama kahi Rama. Tulasidas. So he had confidence in Rama. प्राणों के पंखों को तौले, अपने ही मन से कुछ बोले. ले चलो मुझे, बुलावा देकर ले चलो मुझे. यही रिफ्लेक्शन. इमेजिन, रामायण तो इतना काल में, अटल बिहारी तो हमारे जीवन में था. ऐसा जुड़ता है. क्या क्या खोया क्या पाया जग में. बट वी ऑल गॉट राम. लूट तो लूटो, राम नाम को लूटो. यू आर अलाउड टू स्टील राम नाम. कबीर बोलता है, लूट. इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू बी अ थीफ, बी थीफ टू स्टील राम नाम. दैट मीन्स कीप ऑन जप करते रहो. राम राम राम. ऐसा ये राम नाम नाडिया पोरुल. इट विल गिव एवरीथिंग. सो दशरथा इवेंचुअली गोes away. This aspect, this last scene of Dasharatha, Atal Vajpayee is known to recite Kavita in Lok Sabha. Itna Vani. तो वाग में सरस्वती, वांगमय वांग विलास, हिंदी. ऐसा people are there. So धन्य वो. So he goes away. We have gotten a habit of bringing Hindi poets and Tamil poets. So all these credit goes to my father. Itna likh diya. Even this morning, I don't know if Ranjani saw, it was done in Tamil. What my father has done to the Tamil language. They asked us to present a presentation on what my family had done to Tamil language. Then we did the presentation. But most of other language people may not know it. But this is it. We have the habit of bringing out poems reflecting what Ramakatha. So it is Satya. So Dasaratha goes away. The morning comes. Which morning? The morning of the 7th day. Nobody knew. The life passed away. It's a pity. Nobody. This guy was Chakravarti, imagine. Nobody even noticed that this king passed away. Did he have thirst? Did he have pain? Anayasena maranam vina dainyena jivanam. He might have gone. Anayasena maranam vina dainyena jivanam. He didn't suffer much. Maybe 3 days. He was having senses until the last day, 6th day night. 6th day since Ram left for the forest. 6th night has gone. 7th night is coming because in India's Bharat mein, Shastra mein to sunrise is the new day. So 7th morning has come. Ataratrayam vyatitayam pratareva apare agony vanditaha paryupatishtan tataha parthiva niveshanam. So Valmiki, one sarga, says, "Hey Manushya, this is what happened to Dasaratha." No one knew what happened. Did he have a heart? Eventually heart will fail. That is medical science. But did he have pain? Did he get stroke? Did he get heart attack? He had, in fact, in his retinue, Valmiki registers people who are Vaidyas, people who can, by seeing itself, can tell you whether this guy will live 2 days, what is his EVS count, how long, if it is gone to 3, no use, take him out of ICU. People were like that who can tell from the movement of the eyes, from the movement of the body, but none of them were near him. Atharatrayam retitayam pratareva aparegani vanditaha paryupatishtan tataha partiva niveshanam. This is reality. This is true reality. So the 7th day comes, 6th day night went away, morning came, pratareva aparehani, sun came. Then this was a great king, so people came to recite and wake him up, prabodhan karne ke liye. Uta pandari cha raja vadavela jala. Oot, Dasarath Raja, get up, get up, get up. Sun has come. That is routine. You know what you should do. There's beautiful medical science. We'll say, Vandinaha. So people didn't know. They couldn't come near his bed, so they were waiting outside. These only two ladies, Kausalya and Sumitra, that is Vidhi. They were sleeping as if they lost their conscience. Probably Dasaratha would have cried Rama and then he yelled at Kaikeyi. They didn't listen. Because these past 5 days have tired them. They were sleeping, Valmiki records that they were sleeping as if these two ladies were dead. So nobody was there. Morning came as usual. Everybody was thinking Anki Dori. So these people were started breaking merry. Vandinaha paryupatishtan tataha partiva niveshanam. Vandinaha, the people who are singing to wake him up, to give him prizes. Oh, get up, you are a great conqueror. In those days they used to do Mangala vachak. So, Shubhadin ko praram to Mangala vachak se kijiye. So these people were Vandina doing this. Sutaha parama samskaraha mangalascha uttama sritaha gayakaha stuti silascha nigadantaha pritak. So, not a single person. He had people who are singing. He had people who can do veena. He had people who can recite about his great captures, that how he helped Indra at certain places. So there were multiple things were happening to wake Raja. Gayakaha stuti shilascha nigadantaha pritak mane separately in groups. One group was singing, one group was playing veena. Can you believe this luxury? You should take it as a daily way of life, because in this state Valmiki shows that he is a kavikar, he is a literary man. So he records how the day begins in that Raja Veshma, in Veshma Mane house. Rajanam stutam tesham udhattabihi hitashisham prasada bhoga vistirna stuti shabdo hi avartata. The entire palace was vibrating. Prasada bhoga vistirna, the entire Antapura, the entire private home of Dasaratha, this is the daily happening. So all the people will wake up by these people when they sing the praises of Rajanam stutam with high pitch. Udhata bihi atasisham tatastu stuvatam tesham sutanam panivadaka. This is the reason in Pushkar, in Dwarka, in Mathura, in Ayodhya, in North India, particularly in Omkareshwar, when you do Harati, you do clap. What did I say? It reflects the society. In South India, you don't clap. In North India, you clap. Tatastu stuvatam tesham sutanam panivadakaha om jai jagadisha hare Swami jai jagadisha hare. It came from Ramayan. Ramayan is the mirror of how the society should. Avadani udahritya panivada navadayan. They were giving all the activities what Dasaratha did in his 50,000 years. Udahritya, udaranam. They gave examples. Hey king, you did this. And then they were clapping the hand. That's why when you do the Prabodhanam at house, you do Kausalya, Supraja, Rama, Purva, Sandhya mildly. Not in Arati. South India, we don't do the clapping. But from next time, when a lot of people are there, do this. And then, if you can't do this, they do this. This is also there. You lift your hand. Eto, you go to Dwarka. You go to Puri. Haribol. Is all in Valmiki Ramayan. Tena shabdena vihagaha pratibuddha visaswanaha shakasta panjarastascha ye rajakula gochara nearby places. When these people were making these noises, Shuddha noise, Mangala noise, the parrots and the peacocks which this king were raising, vihagaha mane pakshi, prabuddhaha viswasan shakasta, they were sitting on the wing, the branches. Why the birds can never sit on the floor during the night? In the night time, they have a reflective eyes, fluorescent eyes. So what they think is, to them, the color of the earth comes to be red. Biologically, you can prove. The earth comes to be in the color of the red. So they think that is fire. That is the reason in the night. That's why the chirping, when the birds get up in the morning, when you go walking in the morning, you see the birds on the branches of the trees, because they would not sit on the floor until the sun comes. So when the sun came, these people were clapping, so they started flying. Shakastaha pancharastaha ye rajakula gochara. All the birds and the things that were kept that were hanging on the branches started flying. Vyahritaha punya sabdascha veenanam chapi nisvanaha. I told you. Veena, flute, everything. Ashir geyam cha gatanam purayamasa. Everybody will say, hey king, long live. In Tamil there is a saying, Thirumalai Mannarai kandal Thirumalai kanden. If you see a good king, he is equal to Lord. மன்னரை கண்டால் திருமாலை நீர் செவ்வே இடக்கானில் திருமாலை கண்டேன் என்று மன்னரை காணில் திருமாலை கண்டேன் என்று நம்மாழ்வார். So if you are a good doctor, that's why you say Sami. Even today it is. So this sarga, great sarga. Tataha shuchi samacharaha paryupastan ko vidataha Sri varshavara bhuishtaha upatastuhu yatapuram. People who are having good behavior. Shuchi samacharaha paryupastan ko, they are knowledgeable what to do in the morning. Sris varshavara, young girls, beautiful girls who are good in their activities started coming with paraphernalia. So what is the first paraphernalia? The king gets up, Hari, 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 7 times he says. Then do Danta Sochan. Afterwards, what you drink? What you drink after you brush your teeth? Coffee, tea. Then you take mixie and do the vegetable, whatever, healthy drink. In those days, narikela water. This is documented. So they know what to give. So in those days, the healthy drink, healthy juice was coconut water. Narikela juice. Use neem or you use the banyan twig. Do repeat. You shouldn't use the same thing. Try to get different sticks. And then you do wobbling with water. Then somebody gives you narikela water. So you drink it. So tataha shuchihi samacharaha paryupastan kovidaha. So the people who are around him knows what to give. Sri varsha, that is being done by a dutiful Sri. Hari chandana sampriktan utagam kanchanai gataihi. Then he gets up. Immediately he takes bath. Very important. Not in the afternoon, not in the evening. Do second time. But in the morning itself you have to take bath. In India we do. Here it's ulta. Hari chandana sampriktam udagam kanchana gatai. So they bring good sandal paste, lepanam. So the Raja takes bath and the scent is chandan. Sustainable, environmentally friendly. And the water comes from Ganges or Sarayu or running water. Okay, tap water. Take it like that. Now running water is tap. In kanchana gataihi, because it is non-microbial. Gold is immune. So they say kanchana gataihi. Aninyuhu snana sikshagnya yata kalam yata vidhi. So Dasarath has employed people who know what to do that day, when to do. Aninyuhu, they brought everything. Snana siksha, there is an education how to take bath. Snana siksha yata kalam yata vidhi. Mangalam alambani yani prashaniyam upaskarani. Then you have to put all the paste, UV protective paste, put it. Mangalam alambani yani kumkum paste, chandan sabi. Prashaniyan, what drink? What drink? Coconut water. Upaskarana, all the duppata, everything, all the paraphernalia. Upaniyuhu tatapi anya kumari. To do that, bahulastriyaha, a big litany of people. Sarva lakshana sampannam, sarvam vidivati architam, sarvam suguna lakshmi. Lakshmivati babuva abhiharikam. Abhiharikam means protocol. These things were done by people who are educated, who are good looking. Sarva lakshana sampannam sarvam vidivate architam. They know what to do. Architam means offer. Sarvam suguna lakshmivate babuva abhiharikam tataha suryodayam yavate sarvam parisamutsukam. Nobody knew that king was dead. So everybody, they are busy in the morning. If you go to ICU ward in the morning, this is a routine. The nurses come, whether you are in tomorrow dying or today dying. But for ICU, everywhere, this is a duty. They come, they give you bath, they take the vitals. Like that, routine. Samussukam, utsukam. There is a excitement everywhere. That means routine. Tatas tata thau avanuprasa prasampraptam kim svit yushanikam kim svit. Then they were thinking, why this king is not waking up? Tastau avanuprasampraptam. They didn't come near because some girls were not allowed to come near. But they know that the king would rotate, but the sun has come. Suryodayam happened. Why this king is not doing? Then Shanka, then some suspicion came. Kim Sridhi, what happened to the king? He's not getting up, but these two ladies are also sleeping as if they were dead. Athaya kosalendrasya shayanam pratyanantara tastriyastu samagamya bhartaram pratyabodayan. Then 347 queens. Kaikeyi is coming last. 347 queens, because how many queens Dasaratha had? Ardha Shata Sadam. 350. 700 divided by 2 is 350. Kaikeyi is coming late. These two people were sleeping. So 347 women, then they brushed, they became fresh, and then they came because it's already 2 to 3 hours gone. Athaya kosalendrasya shayanam pratyanantaraha. Who can come close? Only if a wife can come close, right? Tasriyastu samagamya bhartaram pratyabodayan. Why my husband has not woken? They were telling like that. Tasriya swapnashila agnya cheshtan chalanadishu tavepatu paritacha rajnya praneshu sankita pratistotra truna agranam sadrisham samchakshire. Then they were worried. They got fear. Ta vepatu paritaha rajnyaha praneshu. Something has happened to our husband. Perhaps he would have breathed his last. He breathed his last 4-5 hours back. Now they are thinking, because these threes know that they can even think what somebody is thinking. Maybe Kavi Preksha, take it like that. They were able to understand the movements. Sanchalanadishu. When the body moves, how moves, and the sound that Dasaratha makes, they were able to do because they were living 60,000 years. Can't they not know how the husband and wife behave each other? So then something has happened. Then they started shaking as if the edge of a grass is being hit by a flowing, forceful water. Pratistrota, strota mane water flow. Trina agranam, the edge of the grass being hit by a flowing water. How that edge of the grass will wobble, sadrisham, like that. They became some chakampire and some chakashire. This revealed from their behavior, oh, something happened. Ata sampe samvepamananam srinam drishtvacha parthivam. They saw the body, they saw Dasaratha lying sleeping standstill. Then they became rolled. They started rolling on the floor. Yat tat Shankitam papam tasya jagne vinishchaya. Something papam mane, you should not take sin. Some bad thing has happened to king because Surya has come. It is not like that. How these people are? These people, even before sun comes, the people of this Ayodhya and the people of Raghuvamsa used to get up. Yata vidhi hutagninam yata kama architartinam yata aparata dhandanam yata kala prabodhinam, because it is given, it is written in them that they cannot sleep beyond sun rising. They have to get up before sun rising. Kalidasa documents it. When he is talking about Raghukula Chakravartis, when he is talking about Dilipa, when he is talking about Raghu, when he is talking about Aja, he says that they always do Agni Santan daily, 2 times a day. Yatha vidhi hutagni nam yatha kamam architartinam. They will only make money what is needed to run the kingdom. Yatha aparadadandinam. If you do wrong, they will punish you. More importantly, they will get up before anybody gets up. Yatha kala prabodhinam tyagaya samritartanam satyaya mitabhashinam yashase vijigishunam prajayai grihamedinam saishave abhyasta vidyanam. They learn very young. Saishave abhyasta vidyanam yavvane vishayaushinam. When they have to enjoy, to make babies for progeny, they will do at Yavanam Vardhike Muni Vrittanam. When they grow old, they have to make Vanaprastha. Dasaratha didn't do. Vardhike Muni Vardhika age. Vardhika Vastha me Chintan Magna. So Chintan Magna happened to Dasaratha. He became more addicted to Kaikeyi. Vardhike Muni Vrittinam Yoga Ante Tanujayam. When time comes, they know, because they are tapasvis. They did everything what Shastra did, medical protocol did. So they know when their Atma is going to leave. Dasaratha knew that. Vaivasvato manurnama mananiyo manishina asine mahikshita kshitamadya pranavaschandasamiva tadanvaye shuddhimati prasuta shuddhimattara dhilipa iti raje raja indu kshira nadida. So this is the protocol. This has been followed from Manu. Surya's son was Vivaswan. Brahma ke putra Marichi, Mari ke putra Surya, Surya ke putra Vivaswan is Surya, Vaivasvata Manu say it came Bhagirath, then it came Dilipa, Raghu, Aja, Dasaratha, Rama, Lava Kusha. All have to follow. Dasaratha missed. So these people were worried, oh, something happened. And then this commotion happened. Kausalya cha Sumitra cha Putra Shoka Parajite. They were just sleeping. Can you believe? Because the sorrow to see after 59,000 years, this lady, perhaps she is also 58,000 years old. She begot Rama for no fault of him. But the kings of this Raghuvamsa should give punishment. Why did Ram get punishment? No fault of him. This old man has asked him to leave. So they were depressed. Kausalya cha Sumitra cha putra shoka parajite prasupte na prabodayet. They were sleeping. Prasupte. Nobody was able to get them up. Na prabodayet yata kala samanvite. As if they have themselves gone to heaven. Yata kala samanvite. These two ladies were sleeping. Nishprabhacha vivarnacha sanna shokena sannata navyarajata kausalya taram iva timiravrita. There was no shine in Kausalya. Sumangali. Kausalya is Paramapativrata. Sumangali. No shine. No turmeric, nothing. No sandal paste, no kumkum, nothing. She was having no shine. Na Vyarajata, no shining, no bhanti. Kausalya, as if the stars were surrounded by dark clouds. Tare va timirmane andakar. Timira vrita Kausalya anantaram rajnyaha Sumitra tadantaram nasma vibrachate devi shoka asru lulitanana. Asru lulitanana. Then they were crying, so it's all frozen. The yesterday's tears were frozen because they were living in Awadh. It is not Chennai. It is not Alvar Tirunagari. So it's a different climate, cold climate. So it started freezing. So te cha drishtva tata supte shubhe devyau cha tam nripam suptame suptamevod udgata pranantaha puramanyata. Udgata prana, as if they have themselves lost. The king just now lost his life. Now it looks like these two queens also lost their life. Tataha prachukshuhu deenaha saswaram tavarangana karena vaiva aranye sthana prachyuta yutapa. Then these people, 347 people, then Kaikeyi also came. Kaikeyi also came last, walking like this with Dampapai. Fashionable lady, she comes last. Then this sound awakened these two people. Prachukshuhu deenaha swaram. Everybody were weeping with deena swara. Deena mana not soft. Deena mana depressed. Ta varangana, shrestha wives of Dasaratha and the helpmates of Dasaratha started as if a women elephant was left out by a male elephant. The male elephant went on its own, women elephant. Karena mane women elephant. Yutapa mane male elephant. So it is very rare. When you have a elephant flock, always male and female go together, even drinking water. One male elephant will always escort the women crowd. But that is gone. Dasaratha is gone. Karena vaiva aranye. In the forest, one male elephant left his all female elephants and young kid elephant and gone like that. Karena vaiva aranye sthana prachyuta, left. Achyuta mane to leave, to skip. Prachyuta yutapaha tasam akranta shabdena sagasa udghata chetana kausalya cha sumitra cha tyakta nidra babuvatu. Oh Lord, eventually with this noise awakened them. Kausalya cha Sumitra cha tyakta nidre babuvatu. Kausalya cha Sumitra cha dritva cha parthivam. Others were not able to touch because these two were Pattamahishi. Kaikeyi didn't care. She wanted this guy to go away, but she pretends as if she's a good Pativrati. Of course, she's a good Pativrata. Ha anata iti parikrushya petatuhu dharani tale. Then Kausalya touched. What did he say? He didn't want to be touched by Kaikeyi. Dasaratha didn't want to be taken care by Bharata. Not even the Antima Skamskar. He did Ditkar. So Kausalya touched and read the pulse. Ha nata iti parikrushya, made sound, and then she started rolling on the dharani tale. Sa kosalendrasya duhita veshtamana mahitale. She started rolling. So she becomes vidava. Apashyantasta striyaha sarva atham nagavat vadhu iva. Everybody think, okay, male elephant has gone, female elephants are without helpers. We have become vidavas, we have become widows. Tataha sarva narendrasya Kaikeyi pramukha striyaha rudantyaha shoka santapta nipetur gata chetana. Then Kaikeyi, she pretends. All ladies came first, Kaikeyi comes last. Tataha, afterwards, sarva narendrasya Kaikeyi pramukha striyaha rudantyaha shoka santaptva nipetuhu gata chetana. Then actually everybody felt that they have lost Saumangalyatvam. They had gone. Important thing. Sathi Pratha. If these people have lost a great man as an husband, what does Ramayan preach? Ramayan is a mirror of the society. Was there Sathi Pratha? Pratha mane practice. Sati. You know what Sati is? Going with husband in the fire. There was no Sati Pratha recommended in the Shastra. It was misrepresentation. We will tell this in this charcha, in this place, at the feet of Lord Ram with proof. If that is the case, what would we say? Ramayan Veda Shastra Upabrahmanartham. It is nothing but the elaboration of Veda. It is a Shastra Grantha. Of course, it is a Kavyam. But nowhere in Ramayan the practice of sati is preached or encouraged. No mention. Whether it is Tara, take the Pativratas. Who are the Pativratas? Of course, Kausalya, Sumitra, Kaikeyi, all Dasaratha's wives. Dasaratha's all wife. Ma Sita. Then Tara. Who is Tara? Vali's wife. Mandodari, a great Pativrata. Ravana's wife. None did Sati. They all lived the life because they have to take care of their young kids and the progeny. So, Kausalya lives, Sumitra lives, Kaikeyi lives to see Rama coming back on the 15th year. So, where is Sathi Pratha? No. It is not there. Ramayan is the Itihasa. If you look at Veda, next to Veda is Upanishad, next to Upanishad is Itihasa, next to only Purana. The third prominent Grantha, the third Pramana Grantha is Itihasa. Among the Itihasa, Ramayana is Shreshtam. There are two Itihasas, only two Itihasas, Ramayana and Mahabharata. But Ramayana tells how you should live. Mahabharata tells how you should not live. Which is greater? How you should live, a text that is telling you how you should live gets prominence than the text which tells you how you should not live. Live like Ram. Don't live like Dhritarashtra. Don't live like Duryodhana. Don't live like Shakuni. Don't live like Duchadana. Live like Ram. Live like Lakshmana. Live like Guha. Live like Shabari. Live like Vibhishana. So, Itihasra Sreshtam, Itihas Sresht is Ramayan. What Ramayan preach? No Sati. All Shastras. No Sati. What it said, once your husband or once your wife goes away, you lead a life of a pious ascetic as a brahmacharini. That is what Shastra did. Ramayana nowhere preached Sathi Pratha. It was misrepresented. In the year 1795, there came a young man under colony rule, H.D. Colebrook. Of course, compared to them, our knowledge of Sanskrit and our efforts in Sanskrit is minimal. That we should admit. Me, like people. It was the time when Warren Hastings, the first Governor General, then Wellesley, take back to some British history. So, it was the time there were scholars coming, William Jones, H.H. Wilson, H.D. Colebrook. All these people were interested in Sanskrit, but they started misinterpreting the Vedas. Leave it like that. So they created a society called Asiatic Society, 1795. In 1795, he takes a phrase from Rigved, 10th mandala. We'll continue that next class. In the 10th mandala, what it says is when the husband dies, the woman stands yonder, and then that woman looks at the burning fire with a hope that she will be able to give birth money to take care of the people. So Veda has its own way of telling, because it's a poetic way, Rigveda. And then expect the future. That is what Rigveda preached. The word comes agre drishta. Look at the forthcoming. Look forward. Hey lady, hey pativrata, your husband has gone. Look forward. Uttishta, look forward. Agre drishya, look forward. But this guy, he twisted, instead of agre drishta, gachati agne, go to the fire. Agni, agree. 1795, in a presentation to Asiatic Society publication, he writes this. Then, it was the same time, under company rule, evangelists in England wanted to convert Hindus into Christianity. So missionaries came. Das had done research to present this before you. So 1813, they convinced the British Parliament that you can convert people, it has the backing of the British government. British Parliament, 1813. 1795, 1813. In that time frame, Warren Hastings goes and Wellesley comes, and he wanted British people to know about Sanskrit and Hindu way of life so that can be used to convert people. So he created a first college where brainy people from England who are interested in Sanskrit and Shastra can come and they can interpret in English. And he started a college called Fort Williams, College of Fort Williams, that helped these people, missionaries from England in 1813, to come with an official backing that you are allowed, with the blessing of the British government, to convert Hindus. These were known as missionaries. And the first set of missionaries, and one man was known as William Carey. 3 missionary fathers played this misrepresentation. To them, this document written by H.T. Colebrook added fuel to the fire, and they said these people are barbarians. So you live like this. Look, they used this document to divide people. Look, you are telling you are Hindus. Upper class Brahmins are doing this to you. Have you seen any Brahmin woman doing self-molestation? So they used to divide. And Bengal was highly populated. So they used this, and all the missionaries came. And then they misrepresented one word in Veda, Rig Veda, which said agre gacha. Lady, what happened is happened. How beautiful this is. Yes, your husband has gone, your wife has gone, don't cry. That is Saswat. That is how life is going to be. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani, jatare sayanam, iha samsare bahudustare, kripaya pare pahi mukunda. That is life. But he misrepresented Veda. That is how this thing started. And they started dividing people. Even in Mahabharata, you may then say, okay, Madri did self-immolation. Nobody forced her. Why she did it? There is a reason. Because she felt Pandu cannot copulate because of the Munishapa. This lady, because of sense, controlled by her senses, did what was against doing. So Pandu died. She wanted to take responsibility. My husband said, don't do this, I have Munishap. But you still wanted to do this. So she felt that she needs to take responsibility. Even learned people and Brahmins and Pandits stopped her. She said, it is my responsibility. I am declaring that I, out of my own will and wish, do it. If that's the case, why Kunti did not do Sathi Pratha? So we have proofs. And then 1829 December came, William Bentinck came, and people said, oh, that guy did so much good. It was not there in Shastra. It is own colonists who twisted it. Then, out of pressure, and that too due to Raja Ram Mohan Rai, we know the history, December 1829, a ban was done as a government order. So Shastra, Sanatana Dharma is Shreshta. नारी का इतना महत्व यत्र नारीस्तु पूजते तत्र if you don't respect nari the country will go down yatra nari pujyate where ladies are respected. That is the reason Ramayan is there, because of respect given to Kaikeyi. Who cares? Dasarath could have said something. Nobody knew. It is only between Kaikeyi and Dasarath. Dasarath should have said, oh, go Kaikeyi, I'm not going to take your help with you. He didn't say. He said, that is what I have given you, I will abide by that. Same thing. When somebody made bad things on Ma Sita, Rama said, we have to prove to the world. Hey Sita, would you cooperate with me? And she did. So Nari Shreshta. That is Sanatana. Only in India, when the colonies ruled us, what did they call their mother country? They never called mother country. It's fatherland. Whereas Bharat to Bharat Mata, Ved Mata. Right? So the Sati Pratha was not preached. Later on it happened. So likewise misinterpretation happened. Why? Ramayan is the mirror. Like Shakespeare says in Hamlet, you know that. A literature or a drama or an opera should tell the truth itself. Can you believe? It's not that we are saying that literature is a mirror of the society. Shakespeare goes one step further. An opera or a literature should tell truth to truth itself, should tell false to false itself. That means all the fun and dance is okay, but the purpose of a literature, purpose of a drama, leave cinema, purpose of an opera, purpose of a play is it has to reflect the society in the true sense. If something is going wrong, it should reflect the wrong. If somebody does good, like Das talked about Ranjani, you should tell that is Kavya, that is Ramayan. Ramayan is Veda Upabrahmanam. It is the reflection and elaboration of Veda and Shastra in the form of a story of a hero, Maryada Purusha Rama, and a heroine Masita. Pavamana Sudurupatu Padara Vindamulaku Ninama Rupamulaku Nitya Jaya Mangalam Mangalam Kosalendraya Mahaniya Gunatmane Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam Bolo Siyavara Ramachandra Ji ki Jai.